welcome back to another episode of KnuckleBalls. I'm your host, Ryan Robles. Joining me, as always, is my cousin Tom Harkness. Tom, how you doing today?
Ryan, I'm great. I'm always great when we do knuckleballs, and this is no different. We've had a week. We have some stuff that we have to get into. We said some things might go down from the last time we recorded episode until this present time that we're recording, and shit went down, Ryan.
Oh, shit did go
Shit
down.
went down.
And
Yes,
in
it
some
did.
cases, no shit occurred. No shit could be
Yes.
found. Nothing happened. But if you don't know what we're talking about, this past Monday was the MLB Trade Deadline. Tom and I usually record these on Tuesdays or Mondays, just depending on work and stuff. But this week we want to take a step back and kind of collect our thoughts, kind of just look through everything and try and, have a day or two to see these trades in effect, and then come on here and give our thoughts about it, our highly professional, always correct thoughts. Actually, as I say that, I do need to just address one thing. Tom, I was very wrong about something last week.
Were you?
Yeah, I was. And I kind of like knew I was going to be wrong, but I wanted to play devil's advocate a little bit. I said
Oh,
I didn't think Skubal would get
it's
traded.
good. Well, however you
Um,
want to call it. Yeah.
yeah, he's a Dodger now. That's all I got to say about that. No, I'm sure we'll talk more about it in a few. But I was really hoping the Tigers would, you know, fight for something. They're in. I think they were in fighting distance, and they gave up, and they gave up big time by giving away their last full year of Skubal to everybody's arch nemesis. So now the Tigers are also everybody's arch nemesis.
Yes. Transitive property thing.
Long story short, I was wrong. Just calling myself out. Happens.
Well, hey, it takes a lot of balls to be able to do what you just did. So
Well, it only takes two, actually. Doesn't take that many.
it takes two big ones to do what you just did then. So I'm giving you the golf clap
That
because
helps.
honestly, I kind of forgot that you even said that. And
Oh, I
I
didn't.
listen to
The
you all the
moment it
time, but
happened,
like
I think like the moment it happened, I was like, oh
I
man.
see like I listen to you all the time, and when you said that, I was like, it really feels like he's going to get traded. Um,
Yeah,
but
you
like
did.
I forgot
Yeah,
that you
you told me you didn't feel the same.
completely forgot that we had that conversation. And I think it's probably a good place to start off this episode because Ryan, when you think about the Tarik Skubal deal, first off, the Tigers, that return was really bad. I hated the return, but also it's a
Eh,
contract year for Tarik Skubal. There's probably some indication he wasn't coming back, right? So
I
that's
get that,
why
but like
the
you
return's
need.
low.
I feel like when you're a team, and this isn't even about him being a Dodger. Like this, like I mean this if they were to trade him anyway. Is like if you're a team like the Tigers who are deciding to sell at the trade deadline, and you have the guy on your roster, and it's his last year. You know he's not coming back next year. Odds he's signing in Detroit is zero, in my opinion. I don't understand how, as a GM in a front office, you're not looking at as like as your own free agency. You know what I mean? Like you're
Yeah.
out into the free agency pool off an MVP caliber season. Essentially, you have like you can get whatever you want for this guy. Maybe not whatever you
Okay.
want,
Yeah,
but
I see
like
what you mean.
I feel like you hold power. I have Tarik Skubal. Do you want him for the playoffs before he's really really expensive? You're gonna have to give me a good some good things. And I think they went to the franchise with the most to offer, whether you're looking for MLB ready talent or prospects. So the like I don't think it like I know it gets touched on a lot, but like the Dodgers farm system is insanely good.
Yes. Yes, it
It's
is.
insanely and I don't
Yeah,
think
they
they
have a
went
lot of
deep enough
talent.
into it. And I think it's not. It has nothing to do with me being a sour puss about it being him being a Dodger now. Like I do think it's stupid, but That's not my point. It's just I just like if I'm a Tigers, like I just don't understand. I don't understand it. Like there's so much more you could have gone out and done with that trade.
I agree with you. And okay, so Ryan, I have kind of two schools of thought here, right? So the first is that
School me, Tom.
we're going to class right now. The first thought I have is that Skubal, as crazy as it seems, is more of a necessity for the Dodgers than a luxury, and here's why. Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow are both on the injured list. Shohei Ohtani is shut down from pitching, and your young guys, while they're talented, have really struggled. So you need to go out and get a clear cut. You could see when every account is posting this potential Dodgers rotation and all this stuff. That rotation may not come to fruition depending on what happens with Snell, Glasnow, Ohtani, and whatever else. So, yeah, we're seeing Tarik Skubal's face included with like, the top flight Dodgers pitchers, but they aren't available at the moment, and who knows if or when they will be.
And also, Tarik Skubal, like, well, I know it's a 99% chance, but like, there's a chance Tarik Skubal's not a Dodger next year too.
Yes, that's right.
I mean, it's a very small chance. I don't.
But
I know I said I
there's
think
a
he's traded.
chance.
I do think he's going to be a Dodger next year, but I'm just saying, like, chance never even happens.
He might not, right. Now, the other thought I had, Ryan, is this, and I want your thoughts on
Yeah,
this.
your other school.
Because my other school, we're transferring now to another school of thought.
Middle school?
Sure, if you want it to be middle school, yeah. I'll really remember middle school. I had a broken ankle for most of it, so it wasn't fun. But no crutches or anything. I want your thoughts.
Yeah, just handstands around.
Just handstands, yes. And you're going to stand on your head when I ask you this. Did the Tigers go to the Dodgers based on their farm system and say, okay, we have a guy in Tarik Skubal who's on this expiring contract, isn't going to come back here, has probably indicated to us, I'm not signing an extension with any of these teams, or his agent has floated to other GMs who are trying to trade for him, hey, my guy's not staying with your team past this year, which any team that's trading for him would like to have some sort of positive reaction and think that there's a chance they can extend him. Did the Tigers approach the Dodgers and say, okay, we're getting this deal done? I think yes, to be honest with you. I think they approached the Dodgers and said, hey, there's indications that he would extend with you. He's not going to come back here. We're going to move him. What you got in the farm system?
Yeah. Yeah, no. I don't doubt that either. I just if I'm a Tigers fan, I feel like I'm pretty peeved that guy didn't bring us someone I could cheer for today.
Yes. Yeah. No, I agree with you there, because who doesn't want to see your star pitcher traded for a piece that you can look at and say, okay, they're going to be up within a year, maybe even at the end of this season, depending on how things go.
Also, mind you, they're a game and a half back on the wild card. The Tigers.
Yeah, not far out. Not far out at all.
Was part of my point as to why I thought it was a weird time to trade Tarik Skubal.
And I see where you're going, though.
But
yeah, I get your logic there. It is a weird time. I understand the circumstances that he had, but
it's weird that like the biggest trade or the most talked about trade, however you want to, most viral trade, however you want to call it, like only had really like one winner.
Yeah.
It is kind of like, it's like the biggest trade, but like I've like everything I've scrolled by on social media about it's just a blue screen with the Dodgers logo. It's like the Tigers weren't even part of the trade. Like it's
right.
Like it looks like a free agency signing. It doesn't even look like the Tigers were part of it.
Yeah,
but anyways,
return was very minimal. to your point. But there are other trades that we have to get into. So
there's other
I'm sorry,
trades
I
that
know
we
you
want
want
to
to get
talk.
to
We
it.
want to harp too much on it. There's a lot to talk about with that. I think going from a big winner, it'd be fun to just go right to a big loser, maybe. And
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe big loser, in my opinion, is the right call on this. I think the Phillies. Tom, I talked to you a little bit about this before. I think they added, and this is that I'm talking about the Phillies instead of the Yankees because the Yankees just I get too emotional. We'll get to that at some point. But the Phillies, I think, had a very similar trade deadline to the Yankees, where they did add solid talent. Like they're good players. They got Luis Ariz, got some great relief pitching that they really needed. But Luis Ariz doesn't really. There isn't a spot for him to go start with all of your best players and just keep everyone where you know what I mean. Like they got to go put him at second, slide Alec Baum to first, and now Bryce Harper's back out in the outfield, which he hasn't played since 2022. And
I was gonna say 4 years or something, right? Yeah.
I've gone on this tangent 100 times. You're a baseball player. Go play baseball. You should be able to really play anywhere. But at the same time, there are intricacies to every position, and guys do play them at different levels than each other, and I can understand that aspect of it. I don't think you should ever be able to say I don't know how to play this position. That's stupid. If I'm not fast enough to be a center fielder, that's understandable. But my whole point in that is just I don't remember Bryce Harper from his younger days for his glove out in the outfield. I'm sure I can go dig up a bunch of nice highlights from Bryce Harper making catches in the outfield. But I wonder what that looks like, and I wonder how that plays out defensively. I think offensively they've gotten a lot better with a guy who can gets on base at least twice a game. But defensively, defense wins games at the end of the day, and I think they made themselves a little bit weaker.
No, I'm going to agree with you here, Ryan, because Arias is, from an offensive standpoint, this is a really remarkably talented team.
Oh
I
yeah,
would
they're
imagine
going to
they'll
score
score a lot of
runs.
runs. But the outfield, especially, is such a young man's game. And you mentioned it. A younger Bryce Harper, was he the greatest outfielder in baseball? No. And now he's 33 years old. He hasn't played out there in 4 years. And oh, by the way, he's got a whole bunch of bumps and bruises that he's come across since he's played the outfield. It's really going to be interesting to see. I don't think it's going to be a catastrophic failure throwing
No,
him back
no,
out
and
there, but
I'm
it's
glad
not
you said that
great.
because no, and that's a very I'm glad you said that because I don't think it's going to go turn into bad news bears out there. I don't think he's going to have 15 errors by the end of the season or anything like that. But I do think I don't even think I know baseball is a game of the moment. One a baseball game could be 4 hours long, and one play can decide the entire game. That happened in the
Yes.
first inning. You know what I mean? So you
Yeah.
don't get what I don't even know who was in left field prior, but you don't go get that ball that guy would have caught because you're a little bit slower. That's a base hit. What's that turn into for that one? You know what I mean? It just
Yeah.
opens up a lot of questions from me.
No, and I think you're right to ask those questions. I think really the NL East, in terms of activity this deadline, probably the most engaged division out of any league in baseball. Maybe the AL East was there too. Yankees, Red Sox, Rays all made some moves that we'll get into, but felt like the Phillies were kind of the most stagnant of those NL East teams. And otherwise, Marlins have some moves. Nats have some moves. Braves make a couple trades. Mets really embrace the selling. Thought Philadelphia could have done more, to be quite
Mets leaned
honest with you.
right into it. I definitely think Philadelphia could have done a little bit more. They brought, like I said, they brought on some good relief pitchers, and I'm Brooks. Is it Riley or Rayleigh?
I think it's Rayleigh.
Rayleigh and Caleb
Yeah,
Killian.
yeah. I
I
believe
don't.
it's pronounced Rayleigh.
I think there were some more. I don't know if elite's the right word. I think there were some guys just with better seasons going on right now. That the Phillies were a franchise that definitely could have gone kind of just dipped into that bucket and see what happens, you know. But like they got some really good talent, and like they definitely did add good things to their roster. It's just there are parts of it that I don't understand. It's and I'm not gonna. I don't think it's as like what the heck, but it's a lot like going into this season. The beginning of the season, we talked about the Mets and all the moves they made. They brought in some phenomenal talent, and we saw how the season turned out. Like when you have people playing the wrong positions, it's just
You never really get off the ground.
like yeah, like they can all hit great, but like to my point, if you're not fielding at a major league efficient level, little stupid things are going to lose you big baseball games. Look at the
Right.
Yankees in the World Series, fifth inning.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's fundamentals, Ryan. You're out there for
That's
half the game.
one inning
Like,
of the entire year, and is the only thing anyone talks about.
that's right. And a really
It's
good
important.
team that made the World Series, and that's really the lasting impression. And I don't know until Aaron Judge wins a ring. If Aaron Judge wins a ring, that might be his crowning postseason achievement. And I say that sarcastically. That the drop ball in the outfield
Yeah.
would have been an easy first out to the inning, and instead, no. I mean, all hell is let loose, and Garrett Cole forgets to cover first base, and now we're doing that thing where we reminisce about the Yankees, who made some moves as well. As we mentioned, the AL East was active. Really, Yanks, Sox, and Rays all went after it. All these teams made great moves. I think it's funny, Ryan, that the Yankees have had such a catcher problem, and the Rays and Red Sox went out and got the two best catchers maybe on the trade market with
Did
Liam
they
Hicks going to Tampa
did
and
they
Adley
did they
Rutschman to
even
Boston.
need that? I feel like that was they didn't need those. I'm gonna be honest though. The Rutschman trade with for Boston, like he's a great player, and I hate. I mean, he's always been in the division, but I hate that he's. It's just different when he's a Red Sox. You know,
Yeah.
I hate Boston in a different way than I hate the Orioles as a
But
Yankees
yeah,
fan.
you're a Yankees
Yeah,
fan, right?
with respect, respectfully. You know, as a respectful fan hate, right? My point being though, it's just like, do you think they gave up too much for him?
5 prospects is a lot, and I don't know if he's the guy that he was in 2023 or whenever it was when he was crazy, but I do think he's a really good young catcher,
He's a
and
great young catcher.
I think you have to go after guys like that, Ryan. You know, sometimes you have to sell the
I mean,
farm.
with the season they're having, I
Yeah,
do
the way
not
they've
blame them
turned it
for
around, go for it.
adding like today ready players to the lineup.
Yeah,
And I think he fits the city. I think he fits the franchise well. Um, he's got like a Red Sox face, you know. You know exactly what I mean.
yeah. I mean, like if
Like,
he wasn't playing baseball, I could see him in Seaport, like
mm-hmm.
working for Goldman Sachs or something. Like he
Yeah,
could get
right.
an office job. He looks kind of like, you
I feel
know,
like I could
the
see him walking around
CEO's
like
son.
Martha's Vineyard somewhere.
Yes, yeah, like Vineyard Vines or something. Yeah,
Exactly.
no, I could definitely see that.
But I mean, it's a great ad. It is a great ad.
It
I think
is.
there's some really talented players that they sent over to the Orioles system, but for the season they're where they're at in the season they're having right now with the comeback, what is it like 16-4 in the last 20 or something like that?
I would have to get the exact numbers,
I think I,
but I think
I
it's like
think I saw that today and I was like, that's stupid.
I
But
want to say even in like the last 30, Ryan, they're like 24-6 or something. Like over the last month of baseball games being played, they've won like 80% of them or something ridiculous. Like this team is red hot and they struck while the iron's hot. I give them
25 and
credit.
5 in the last 30. That's what it is.
25-5. Okay, so a game better than I had them down for.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I think it's a great ad for them. I think it's a great ad. I think it makes sense in the like for the franchise itself. I think like if this was just a off-season signing, I'd be like that fits. And I think just even more so with where they're at in the season. Um, then the Rays. they had Freddy Peralta.
Yep.
Rough start.
Didn't
Rough
pitch well
start,
last
but I think
night. Yeah.
he's still shaking off the mitt. He's still shaking off the mitt. Don't worry, Tampa. I think everything's going to be okay. Um, you know, I just probably just went out there angry, just threw some angry pitches. But I think that was a really good ad for this team. The Rays still sitting in first place, right? Yeah, they're still sitting in first
Yeah, they're
place.
still in first. Yep.
Yeah, they're just. I knew they would be a pain in the ass all season long, Tom.
They
And I
are.
think adding Freddy Peralta puts them in a good position to be a bigger pain.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to figure out his mechanics. It's still Freddy Peralta at the end of the day. And Ryan, we kind of rib the Mets and say, oh, well, he's rubbing off the Mets. But it's tough to pitch for a bad team. It's tough to go out there every fifth day and be like, okay, what bullshit is going to happen to me today? And I think Freddy Peralta probably got to that point in New York. It just wasn't working there. And also, it's likely an environmental thing. A lot of people are happier when they go from New York to Florida, Ryan. So maybe the remigration will be good for him. It might have just taken a start or two to get there. Who knows? We'll see. But I
Yeah, it might
like
just be
that
a
trade for
little
them.
jet lag.
Yeah, it could be jet lag or something. I mean, Liam Hicks had no jet lag. He hit a grand slam
No,
last night. But
no, I
also,
think
he's coming from Miami, so that's like what, a 2 hour trip?
yeah, he's just around the corner. Either
Yeah.
no Miami. It's a little. It's about like 5 hour maybe. Miami
Miami
to
to Tampa?
Tampa. It might be even longer than that. Hold on.
Really? I thought it was just across the bottom of the state now.
No. Tampa's up at the top. Miami's down at the bottom.
I thought Tampa was down near Fort Myers.
Oh,
I'm
I mean it's
mistaken.
above. It's above Fort Myers. It's on that coast though,
Oh, okay. Okay.
north. Yeah.
I got you.
Tampa's like a 2 hour drive from Fort Myers.
I see. I thought it was
Maybe.
much closer, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
No, Florida's very big.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm from Rhode
Florida's
Island,
very
man.
big.
I don't
Yeah, I
I
remember
don't
when we
know it
used
all that
to.
well.
Well, I grew up there. I know. When we used to
Yeah.
drive down, we used to do the drive down to see my family, my cousins that were down here,
Oh
and
yeah.
we'd always get. They all lived in like the West Palm area, which is like a little north of Miami, and we'd all get into Florida. We'd all be so excited from the drive.
And
It's like a
that's like
24-hour drive.
5 hours.
We'd be like, "Let's go, we made it!" And we're like, "How much time is left?" My dad's like, 7.5 hours. What?
That's same for us. Yeah, my grandmother lived in Fort Myers, and it would be the same thing. It's like you're in the car overnight, and once you see that sign, you're like, "Why
But
are we at
no,
Grandma's? We're in Florida." But right, you're absolutely right. And then should we jump into Yankees while we're in the AL
I think
East?
I
I mean,
think I think we have what like about 10-ish minutes left on the clock right now, Tom. I think we got to talk about it. But
okay.
I have been
Yeah.
kind of itching to talk about the Yankees a bit with you and get your thoughts on it. I kind of want to let you just lead the way.
Sure. If
Tell
you
me
want me
tell me what
to.
your initial thoughts were because I have a whole
Um,
spiel.
Okay, so an initial thought was disappointed. They didn't do enough, and I think that that's the initial thought that every Yankees fan has right now. You needed a little more help in the bullpen. Probably would have used another starter, and you needed a right-hand hitting catcher. They didn't get any of those, but they did get two players that I think are of value with Luis Garcia Jr., who's having a very good year, and Elliot Ramos, who is an outfielder that takes Max Schumann out of your lineup. But no offense to him or Jason Dominguez. We're still waiting on the Martian to be the Martian. Uh, so disappointed is probably the word of the day when it comes to the Yankees, although I saw signs of promise with the trades that they did make for Garcia and Ramos. And of course, the big storyline, Ryan, and thank God we're recording this on Wednesday night because you and I both said this off air. It feels like a trade in itself. George Lombard Jr. gets called up. Anthony Volpe is optioned to AAA, and Lombard homers in his second MLB at bat in that Yankees 2-0 win over St.
After
Louis last
turning
night.
two
And it
double
looks great in
plays,
the field too. Yeah, and I
I
saw
think
on my phone that he had another play tonight, so I'll have to
I
check that
want to
out.
say I'm quoting Paul O'Neill on the broadcast. I believe it was Paul who said this that he turned a double play and he said you haven't seen that on the Yankees like from the Yankees all season, and it was a
But you
pretty
haven't. Yeah.
and it was It was pretty eye-opening how easy a double play could look. It was pretty crazy.
The first one was great when he was drifting into left field and got it over to Jazz, and then nice relay. But I'm sorry, I want to hear your thoughts now.
So, pretty aligned with you for the most part. Very disappointed at first. Especially, so here's my thought process with it. I definitely am happy that Luis Garcia Jr. and Elliot Ramos are on our team. I think they are both phenomenal baseball players who mash baseballs. And I cannot wait to see them hit. Luis Garcia already hit one, but I can't wait to see them hit a plethora of home runs at Yankee Stadium. I think Luis Garcia Jr. grew up a Yankees fan too, so that's cool.
Yeah, he grew up in New York for a few years.
Big Cano fan. I think has a very Cano-ish swing.
His swing is like, very yes.
I like Robbie Cano. Anyways, very disappointed. My thought with Luis Garcia is he's a great player. The Yankees' best player, two best offensive players right now have been Paul Goldschmidt and Ben Rice. They're two first basemen. So we went and got another first baseman. And I get no Judge, no Stanton, no Belly right now. We need something like that in the lineup, and we do. And I get it, and I think him DHing or him platooning first with either Ben or Paul while the other DHs is great. Helps us keep one of them off the bench, right? But it wasn't the need. It was the wrong side of the infield, wrong corner. If we're gonna go get a better platoon guy, you know what I mean? Yes. So it just kind of made my head spin. Then we get Elliot Ramos, who our other best player when he comes back is Cody Bellinger, our left fielder. So we went and got another left fielder. That makes no sense to me because all we've needed all year long is a wake shortstop and someone who can at least hit a baseball that we can platoon with Ryan McMahon because his glove is too important to get rid of. But a 200 average is sad. Very sad. Unless we had a shortstop who could hit the ball. And he was the only guy who was just our 9-hole hitter. We just had one of those. And then the other thing you brought up was no relief pitch help, which I thought was really nice to see us not get a relief pitcher, then to go lose in extra innings because we had nobody to pitch. That was crazy. How ironic how that would happen on the same day. And then a catcher. Austin Wells does go hit a home run when no one gets traded. We don't get a catcher, so that's cool. But we don't get a catcher. A righty catcher. I didn't even want Austin Wells gone. I don't think I've said this enough. I didn't want Austin Wells gone. I just wanted him to have somebody who wasn't also a lefty that could help him. That's all.
Yeah.
And I think that's still a piece that this offseason the Yankees need to go figure out. Because if Austin Wells doesn't kind of find his pace, because I know he's a good ball player, but he can't be the everyday catcher batting under 200.
No, you can't. No, you need more of an offensive threat.
And you can't platoon that with another lefty catcher who also bats under 200. It doesn't help the team. Now, Tom, I want to get to just what really made me mad. I'm going to preface it with I'm extremely happy that George Lombard's here. I think it was the right call. I think sending Volpe down and Dominguez down, I feel a little more for Dominguez, but I think it's the right call. Lombard deserves an opportunity. He's already shown he's ready. He's a phenomenal player, and I've only seen him play one game, and I love him. But that whole move, Tom, how is that not Brian Cashman's get out of jail free card? We've just all forgotten that he just did nothing in the trade deadline that we really, really needed with all the opportunity he had. He was just oh, shit, everyone's mad at me, but I've been holding on to this for 3 years. I'm sending Volpe down to the minors. And now everyone's happy. It's it just made me start thinking, has he just been waiting to screw up enough where we're all mad enough where he's just like, oh, wait. But look at that. Now everyone's good. Everyone's good. But we still don't have a relief.
He did.
We still don't have, in my opinion, enough in the bullpen at this moment in time for me to feel really confident in October. I don't. I know we have some guys coming back potentially, and we can move maybe a Weathers or a Warren into the bullpen, but like I don't know what that looks like. Will Warren doesn't look confident enough to me to come into a high leverage game. And I love Lombard being here. I like the two guys we added. I really, really do. I think they're great ball players. None of this makes me feel like the Yankees are October ready, though. And this is still all maybe Judge's back.
Yeah, no, a lot to figure out there. A lot to figure out. And honestly, like, in terms of the get out of jail free card, this is the same thing. Like, he called up Cashman, called up Volpe back in 2022 or whenever it was when Josh Donaldson was thinking it up. So it feels like he always just kind of has that recurring infield prospect that he can dangle in everybody's face, or like, oh, here's Spencer Jones.
It's Derek Jeter's fault.
Yeah. It always
the Yankees are the whole frame, including myself, we're just pining for a shortstop we can attach ourselves to, and he's just dangling random things in front of us as we're like Pavlov's dogs.
Yeah, it's like it's shiny like objects, and we're babies or something. Yeah. Hey, I mean, it works at times. Like Lombard homered last night, and I got sucked back in.
You said this earlier, and I was just thinking about it. I think, because I was thinking about this last night. I was watching the game. If Lombard ran by me really, really fast, like in his uniform, I might think like that was a young Derek Jeter. Like if you go back and watch like Derek Jeter debuts, like they like have similar swag to them. I feel like they gave him 96 on purpose because it was a larger uniform and it would make him look tinier like Derek Jeter did when he debuted.
I hate 96.
I know.
I don't like how many jerseys are retired. I would reduce the number of jerseys, and everyone would say, why are you retiring this guy's jersey and not this one? I think that you should have, like, every team should have maybe 5 jerseys retired. I'm sorry. I mean, I don't want to see a shortstop.
How do you unretire somebody, Tom?
I don't know.
And what?
Find a way, please.
Let me ask you this:
in, like,
by those standards, Tom, by the time I'm not even going to say Derek Jeter, by the time Mariano Rivera was a Yankee, they would have already reached their cap. You're going to tell me Mariano Rivera's number shouldn't be retired because, hey, sorry, we already had 1 through 5 retired. Best closer in the
I don't know. I mean, I just don't think that there should be any reason that we have every single number retired. I mean, any number like 1 through 20, it's pretty much like, oh, you're lucky if you get something in the teens. Like even Jazz is wearing 13, and everyone put up a stink about that. So I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of how many numbers are retired, to be quite honest with you. Just because I don't want to see these new guys wearing like 96 in their MLB debuts.
I think let's explore decimals. Let's explore negative numbers.
Negatives, yeah. You mentioned negatives, and I'd be good with negatives. Or like,
give me
not to take
George Lombard in a -2.
The Hey,
Cashman, if you're listening, you really want to tempt me with this shortstop stuff? Put a -2 on George Lombard.
Put a -2, yeah.
I'm sold. We're going back to the World Series, and I know it. Tom, why don't we make this what we asked the knuckleball listeners to tell us about? I'd like to hear about your favorite trades. If you want to put something in the comments, send us a DM. Let us know what your thoughts were. What team messed up? What team didn't? But if none of that matters to you and you care more about numbers and whatnot, what do you think about these retired numbers? Yeah, should we have to unretire them at some point so people can stop wearing number 4,000? Because it is a little crazy. It is a little crazy. And like the fact that Judge is like 99, like it's just regular now because it's been for so long. But like, it was really weird when it came up. I remember seeing 99. Right. I remember seeing 99 running around, and I'm like, what? I didn't even know baseball numbers got that high.
You have like this lumbering giant and a goofy number. I didn't think he was going to be good, but yeah, no, Ryan, I think that you mentioned it. You got a segment idea that you wanted to throw out there, and there were a couple of trades that we didn't get to really touch on. Kevin Gausman, Clay Holmes, both going to Chicago. You and I love those moves for the Cubs. The Brewers not really doing much other than getting Dustin May and a couple of relievers. The Nats, Marlins, they're having good years, but both of those teams decided to sell, and I think we were a little disappointed with those. And how about the Padres? They're going for it, getting Robbie Ray from the Giants, and they're playing pretty well right now, 8-2 in their last 10.
Robbie Ray to Mason Miller is a fun
good,
combo.
Pretty good 1-2 right there. So, and then there were a lot of other moves that we'd like to hear everybody's thoughts on, I think, Ryan.
Yeah, because we care.
We do.
We mean it. Just like we mean it when we say thank you for listening to another episode of KnuckleBalls. I'm Ryan Robles. It's my cousin Bob. See you next time.